Okay, it's been a while. Man, it's been a minute since I've been behind the wheel in the Shelby. I'm telling you, it's something about the voodoo sounds, just regular driving. I'm telling you, man, just this car is something else, man. It's something else. That's the one thing I do like about my cars, man, because I like to have them set up to where, like, even if you're not driving them hard, they're incredibly fun just to go ahead and cruise around and enjoy. Gotta let this car get up to temp first. Driving it hard. Yo, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hope you guys are having a great rest of your day, start to your day, whatever time it may be. And as you guys can see, I'm in the Shelby GT350, man. It's been quite some time since I've actually made a video in this car, since I've driven this car, turned this car on, and all I have to say is, wow, this is a completely, and I mean a completely different experience compared to the CAMMED PROCHARGED 1999 Mustang GT. Obviously, I'm comparing a car from 1999 with a newer gen Coyote Mustang, or Coyote variant Mustang 5.2 liter Voodoo. Everything about this car is different, and I'm gonna just talk about it in this vid because, like I said, it's been a while since I've driven this car. So, as you guys can see, this car needs a detail stat. It's been like, man, 2 weeks since I've driven this car. It's probably been a month since I've actually went ahead and washed this car. So definitely gonna go ahead and get this car all cleaned up. Man, dude, she looks good. It's crazy getting back into an S550 after being in the 1999 car. God, bro. Ford, they did leaps and bounds improvements with the S550. I mean, the rear end is dirty, man. The last time I drove this car, I got caught in a random like rainstorm, and then that was the same day that I got the 99 running, so I've been trying to break those miles in on that car as fast as humanly possible. And then we had that overheating issue. So I was like, shit, gotta show the GT350 some love. Whew, it's hot, man. It's hot, man. Jesus, it's hot. We turn this thing on the fun mode, track mode. All right, if you guys are enjoying the content on the channel, whether it be the 350 or the 99, make sure you guys drop a like in the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications, man. Now, I know I'm about to get those comments. The only reason you're driving the GT350 is because the other car is overheating and there was an issue with it. Well, here's the thing. I was actually planning on making this video a couple days ago, but you guys have to realize when I first bought that 99, like it literally like broke down the same day that I purchased it, like 2 hours after I purchased that car, and that pretty much backed everything up like effectively a month and a half. I was unable to drive that car after buying it for like a month and a half, and there was a brand new clutch in the car, so I had to break that in as quickly as possible so I can actually enjoy the car. So I was doing nothing but driving that car as soon as I got it back up and running. I got about 350 miles in that car, and then obviously we had that paint issue with the semi truck, or the service truck. It was a service truck, not a semi truck. So I get the parts for that car tomorrow. I have an appointment with the shop to get everything kind of situated and looked over on Saturday, which is kind of annoying because that's gonna go ahead and push everything back probably another week or so, because I was trying to get everything done so I can get the car tuned before the end of this month. I don't know if that's gonna happen now, because obviously I gotta work with the shop's timing, I gotta work with my tuner's timing, and on top of that, I'm still 150 miles short of the clutch breakage period, so. Oh my God. So time is of the essence here, but it kind of does give me a good opportunity to compare the two cars and get some miles in on the Shelby. Now, the first thing you guys are probably gonna notice with me being in this car is the clutch. This clutch is like a soft to the touch compared to the cable clutch in the 99. And it does take some getting used to, I'm not gonna lie, man. When I first got this car, it was like, oh shit. But once you get used to it, it's like, man, can I go back to that cable clutch? Because this car is like, it's smooth fast. That's the one thing about the S550s I absolutely love. And something that Ford went ahead and killed it. These cars are smooth fast. Like, as far as driving them, you can, like, it's seamless. Like the other car, I'm out there like, you know, trying to change gears and whatnot. This car, it's like I can go through all the gear changes, recline back, because like this guy is like driving so slow here. I'm like reclined back in my seat right now. With that 99, I gotta be in the upright position. You know, you can't slack off, otherwise the car, dude, what is this guy doing? In the other car, you know, like I said, you can't slack off. You have to be, you know, on 110% focus mode so you don't stall. This car, you still gotta focus up because it's obviously a stick, but just the way the interior is set up, the ergonomic, it's leaps and bounds better than the 99. Again, I'm not bashing the 99 because I've had two stick shift Mustang GTs of that generation and they're fun. I love them, but you have to be straight up honest, man. The way the S550s are set up, it clears the new Edge. Now obviously if we're comparing a car from 1999 Shelby, but it's crazy how much an improvement Ford made. Something else I kind of wanted to go ahead and talk about in this car, man, is the Magna Ride suspension. Like, oh my goodness, dude, it is such a game changer. Coming from the 99 back to the S550, whew, it's crazy how much an improvement Ford made, dude. On the balloon tires right now. Over here driving this car like I'm in Fast and Furious, man. Constantly changing gears and whatnot. But I do just like to hear this car, man. What do y'all think sounds better? Obviously there's more going on with the 99, but dude, the Voodoo, in my personal opinion, the Voodoo sounds the best. When I put the ESS on this car, obviously, you know, this is gonna sound, in my personal opinion, it's gonna sound better. My personal opinion. The 99 just has a lot more going on. You got the ProCharge, you got the cam, so it has that, you know, race car feel to it with the raw sound. This, it's like a clean sound, which I do really like. God damn, I like them both. I like the way they both sound, but if I had to pick one, it'd be the 350, 100%. Why, thank you, good sir. There's that Magna Ride coming in handy right there. It's insane. I can't wait to get the Cup 2s on this car so I can feel the difference between the Super Sports, the Mickeys, and the Cup 2s. I'm really curious to see how the Cup 2s are going to perform on the street, like doing, like, obviously hard pulls on the highway, you know, around the town. I'm pretty sure the Cup 2s will be pretty damn good. If it can hold like 750, 800 wheel, I'm just going to keep the Cup 2s in this thing. Because I know, like, these cars are designed with the Cup 2s in mind. So if it can hold like 750, bro, shit. If it can hold the GT500, I think I'll be fine. All right, y'all. So this heat's starting to get to me. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up here. I thought July was bad. No, sir. August is 1,000 times worse out here in Texas. It's like 103, 105, and it's not even at the hottest part of the day yet. So I'm gonna wrap it up. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. I'm gonna keep you guys up to date with both cars, the 99s, cooling issues, and I'm also gonna keep you guys up to date. God damn, bro, this car looks good as hell. I'm so happy I decided to go ahead and wrap that roof. Yeah, they got service trucks all over the place, man. Every time I see a service truck now, I get sketched out, or some type of service vehicle on the road, I get sketched out. I'm also keep you guys up to date with the clutch situation here, because I'm probably gonna go ahead and change out the clutch on this car a lot sooner than I thought. Not too soon, because depending on what happens with the cooling situation with the 99, is going to determine what car I potentially will take to Mustang Week. I'm probably going to take this regardless, even if I don't do the clutch. Actually, you know what? No, I take that back. I'm definitely going to do the clutch before I go to Mustang Week. If I for sure take this car, theoretically, I should take this because the 99 is kind of quirky. So might be a better choice to do this. So yeah, man, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like in the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications. I'll keep you guys up to date with all the moves being made with both the cars. Let me know down in the comment section, what car would you want to see if I was to take it to Mustang Week? Because I'll take either or, I don't really care. But again, the 99's been really quirky recently, and I'm trying to save the clutch install for when I do supercharge this car within the next couple of months. I'd probably say within the next like 4 months or so. But I kind of don't want to go down to Mustang Week with the clutch in the condition it is right now, because if I have to get a tow, ooh, that's gonna be bad. That's gonna be really bad. I'm really wishing I did the clutch before then. But yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.